Hello, all benders and non-benders, and welcome back to Avatar Generations. And today we are continuing the string of events for the Imprisoned episode, this time around with the brand new Firebender character to summon on, as well as, of course, some brand new quests. Before we get into it, if you have not already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would help me out an actual ton, so thank you so much for that. And without further ado, let's get into it here. We actually have two new pages of events today, starting with the Legendary Expedition here. If you remember, these are the coins related to getting those legendary arts orbs. You can actually get 30 of them here from the quests. And how do you get these? Well, you complete these other quests here, starting of course with earning Arts Essence. This is very easy to do just throughout the adventures. You can also buy them with boss coins. Very simple, very easy to get. And for your troubles, you will actually get some summon tickets. Never a bad thing at all. Then if we go down here, all you gotta do here is just clear the Arts Expeditions, and that will get you some energy so that you can do even more stuff. Never a bad thing. It'll get you some gold here as well, and that's it. Nice and easy. All you gotta do, get the Arts Essence, clear expedition battles, you're done. You get the coins, happy times all around. However, that is not the only thing we have for today, because we have the My Honored Guests quest line for us to enjoy here. First of all, we do have more of the burning coal currency, and we do have a new store page to spend that on. We'll be taking a look at that very soon. But a lot of this is focused on playing in arena. Not so much winning arena battles, thank goodness, but just playing in arena. And if we take a look at it here, first of all, this first one here actually grants you some of that art essence, so a nice little kickstart right there. Next, we do have more just playing battles in arena, and that will actually get you 3 summon tickets here and 5 Peace Chaos tickets here when you do take that all the way. You don't have to win, thankfully. You just have to play those battles. So if you're having a harder time in arena, don't worry about it. You will get the loot regardless. We do have some win battles here, going all the way down here to the win arena bonus. But nice thing is, this doesn't have any restrictions on it. It's not like requiring you to do a specific thing. So that is very helpful, and that will get you some extra arena coins. Very nice thing, because of course we have the new prisoner Haru, as well as the 5-star relic for outlaws in the arena shop. So never a bad thing to have some more arena coins. And then we do have playing arena battles specifically with outlaw heroes. Now, we don't have many outlaw heroes right now, but the 3 you probably do have. You might have Prisoner Katara. She is currently available as a 4-star on the Haru banner. Or you can get Prisoner Haru from the arena shop. Or you can get a 3rd prisoner character, which we'll be talking about very soon here. So as long as you have that outlaw character on the team, you can treat yourself to some summon tickets and some nature stones here. And then finally, this is just spending arena coins. Super easy, not a problem at all. Trust me, there is plenty of stuff to spend arena coins on. Even if you bought like a single copy of the relic or a single prisoner Haru, that would basically max out this quest line right out the gate. So that is what we have for these new quest lines here. Now, as I said, we are getting some more of the coal item here, which can be used in the shop. First of all, we have Legendary Expeditions. With those 30 coins you're getting, you can buy a Legendary Arts Orb. Just a reminder, this gives you a guaranteed Legendary Art. Don't go too crazy though, you can buy them in the shop for real money. I wouldn't recommend that though, because the Legendary Art is completely random. You might get a set that you want, you might get a set that you don't want. It could happen. So don't go too crazy, just take the freebie and run if you ask me. Now, if we take a look here at the My Honored Guests, you can see we have some very nice rewards here, starting with the brand new Prisoner Tyro. We did get to see Prisoner Tyro in the story missions, He was a character you could use in that final battle against the Warden and his forces. So, as we know, he is a defensive character with some very cool stuff to screw over firebenders. Very neat stuff there. And hey, you can get 6 copies for free with the coal, no questions asked. Next, we do actually have some summon tickets here. You can get 5 of those. Never a bad thing at all. And then some energy and some arena tickets for those of you who feel like you need more arena tickets. I know I do because I slacked the last couple weeks and I have got a little bit of catch up to do. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So some great freebies there. Before we do move on, I also want to just take a glance here at the summon shop because we do have the Fire Lord's Throne. Now this one is actually pretty dang good. This is a really good relic because it just straight up increases the damage dealt by 3% for each fire element ally on the team at the start of the battle. So basically, if you have a full team fire element, that is 12%. So 3 times 4, 12%. And of course that goes up depending on what tier you have this at. This is requiring those red coins though if you have spare 5 stars that you're not going to use, or maybe you've already maxed out a character and then you got some extras, you can convert those and use it on this, but that's not going to be the majority of us, I think. I know I certainly don't. But for those of you who have those coins lying around, this is not a bad item at all. So, we have talked about the challenges. We have talked about the shop. Now, of course, let us talk about the actual summoning banner here, the Fire Nation Warden. Who knows what his name is? He's just the Warden. That is all that matters. He is a defensive firebender character, and let's take a look at what we have here. First of all, the Warden, Fire Nation, Fire Army character, and an officer. Very important to keep in mind there. We'll see that soon. His basic here is interesting because it deals impact damage, 35% chance to stun the target for 1 turn. Having a basic that can stun just right out the gate is not bad at all. Anybody who has Kiwak knows that when she gets that stun, it is nice. So, already off to a pretty good start. Heal allies for 10% of their max HP if the caster is in a mocking stance. Double this heal amount for Fire Nation allies. This attack always lands as a crushing hit. That means it's going to have the gold numbers and it's going to do a little more damage. Very good if you're having trouble with characters like good old Pirate Man, because his stance actually does get removed if he gets hit by a crushing hit. Just throwing that out there. I know for one, I have issues with good old Pirate Man every now and then. Having a counter to him is not the worst thing in the world, just throwing that out there. Speaking of counters, let's see what else he can do. Tyrannical Laughter as his advanced. Grants HP regen and lifesteal to each ally for 1 turn, and then grant invincibility and increased attack to the ally with the highest attack for 1 turn. Enter a mocking stance for 2 turns. This mocking stance will lower the crit damage of all enemies by 75%, a truly massive decrease, and then increase the defense of all allies by 50%. The targets cannot benefit from turn bar increase effects or gain extra turns. Now when it says targets, I'm going to assume that means the enemy. Sometimes wording can be a little funky, but I'm assuming this basically means that your enemies cannot gain turn bar or extra turns, especially with certain abilities in the game right now, and with characters like Yue, abilities like the Beach Umbrella Relic. There's been a lot of turn bar gain in the arena right now. This could shut that down. It's very possible. We'll have to see. And of course, granting invincibility to the ally with the highest attack is never a bad thing at all. Might could save somebody from death and then allow them to just unleash a devastating strike. And then his passive, Break the Spirit. Remove 2 defensive buffs from the enemy whenever the caster attacks. This ignores resistance. Haru, it was fun while it lasted, bud. It was fun while it lasted, but you have got a counter incoming hard. And then increase the turn bar of the ally with the highest attack by 10% for each buff removed. Grant skill nullifier to any Fire Nation ally when their HP reaches 1. This has a 2-turn cooldown per ally. It remains to be seen whether or not this is a death save. Because if it does require them to reach that 1 HP, then that would mean it really only applies to characters who already have a built-in death save, which, to be fair, is actually a surprisingly high number. Zuko is one that does come to mind, assuming he does have the Fire Nation tag. And then, of course, Masaru is one who I quite enjoy. And then also Goro, if he does trigger Joro's stance ability. So there are options there. Just something to kind of keep in mind there is that can absolutely be put to good use. Very interesting defensive hero here. A lot of Firebender synergies. And then we do have his relic here, the Warden's Tower. Decrease the speed of all enemies by 30% for 2 turns, and increase turn bar of all allies by 15% when you enter a positive state. So basically, whenever he uses this advanced, he's going to be getting that turn bar, and he's going to be getting that speed debuff on the enemy. And that turn bar will actually increase based on how many copies you have in one relic. Now this is interesting because it does have a very specific requirement, that being it has to be an officer and a defensive unit. But there is one other who does meet that requirement. Not only that, but gains a lot of stances. I'm talking about Captain Boquin. This feels like it'd be absolutely insane on Captain Boquin because he gets in that stance every turn, if I'm remembering correctly. In fact, we're going to check on that right now to just to make sure I'm correct on the wording. Once again, getting punished for not maxing him out, but that's fine. Where is the man? The man, the myth, the legend over here. Take a look at his passive here. Enter a fortified stance for 1 turn at the start of battle and after every action if you don't have a rank 2 elemental debuff. This relic feels like it would be absolutely insane on Boquin, basically meaning that every turn he's decreasing the enemy speed and increasing his allies' turn bar. That feels nuts to me, but I'll be very curious to see if anybody else tests out that tech in the very near future. So that is what we have for today. Of course, rates are standard. He's got the 1%, and then the Warden's Tower has the 1.5%. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this event. If you're excited for the Warden, do you think he's going to be just arena breaking? Do you think the age of Haru has ended as suddenly as it began? Or do you think our favorite Earthbender at the time, you think he's maybe not down and out just yet? Maybe he's got a little more fight left in him, even against the Warden here. Let me know down in the comments below what you think, and we shall see you next time. Have a good one.